Alright, so this is a video response to Airsoft Talk's, a little video about making your gun technician friendly. And I agree with him completely, except I have one gearbox which I think is extremely technician friendly. Alright, so you have your two kind of most popular styles. You have a version 2 right here, which is an M4 model, and you have your version 3, which is right here in this AK, alright? Now, upsides of the version 3 is it has the holder for the motor. I can't think of the word. The motor mount is screwed on to the gearbox, which helps significantly. It's helps stabilize it better. You don't have to worry about adjusting your motor height and everything. And it has a just much more durable upper half right here, which, I mean, version 2 sent a crack right there. And that's pretty much the two biggest advantages that version 3 have over version 2. Now version 2, like, they're made for more high-speed setups. There's definitely more parts than out in the market, in my opinion, just because M4s are everywhere. And yes, they have thinner tops up here, which tend to crack a little bit easier, and the motor is mounted usually in the handle, and it's not connected directly to the gearbox. So my rebuttal is yes, neither of these gearboxes are technician friendly, and they have their ups and downs. I mean, they all have problems with access. I think the best gearbox made, in my opinion, is this gearbox right here. And this is the gearbox for the Magpul PTS Masada. It has a quick change spring. It has the whole idea with the version 3 where it is screwed into the gearbox here. The motor mount is attached to the gearbox, alright? So that makes motor mounting much better. It's not flat on top, but it is much thicker than your standard version 2 up top here. So it's much more reinforced, so it's stronger in general. It is extremely easy to take apart. The only thing about this gearbox, what they did, which makes it a little bit harder, is they actually soldered the motor connections on here, which if you're good, you can work around that. But I mean, to work on it properly, you really should unsolder it. And also, he said one of the problems with the version 2 is you have your wires on the inside. This one actually has all the wires on the outside. The only place it goes inside is for the connection into the actual switch, and the motor. And the wires come out the front right there. And so they're not in the gearbox at all. So this, I think, is pretty much a very good. The kind of the best of both worlds between version 2 and version 3. It has version 3 characteristics with stability. You can make it high speed like a version 2 should be, and the wires on the outside. It's just a fantastic gearbox in general. It's got, it kind of speaks for itself being the Masada gearbox. So that is just my personal opinion on the matter of gearboxes. I do agree that there are really no gearboxes that are truly technician friendly, and there isn't really a perfect gearbox, but I think this is probably as close as you're going to get, except for the solder, and that's it. I mean, if you just put like a GMP where they have the screws that hook the wires up to the motor, like that's probably one of their best features in their gearboxes as well. But yeah, that is just my opinion on the matter. This is kind of a video response to that. Alright, and just to finish off the video, I realized I didn't mention this, but yes, he was talking about gearboxes, but he was also talking about the gun as a whole. And the PTS Masada does come apart in like 3 minutes. Like the entire body comes apart. It's all put together by pins. You just pop them out, pop them back in. It's just fantastic. And to get the gearbox out of here it is. To get the gearbox out of this lower receiver, it takes a screw here, here, and then 2 in there, and that's it. And the whole thing just pops right out, slides out, no problem. So that was just the finishing touch of my video. I realized that I forgot that he was talking about the gun as a whole, not just the gearbox. And so the Masada, in my opinion, yeah, it's a little bit overrated, but just the system, how they build it is fantastic. How it all comes apart, and it's just an easy gun to work on. So that's the end of my video. Take what you want, and whatever. That's about it.